I am from our dual meet on November 14th. This time we're taking a look at Mitchell right here in lane 7. I'm going to play the whole race through and then go back and talk about it after we watch it straight through without interruptions. Alright, so final splits, or final time is 2:21. Fly is 30.5, back 34.2, breast 41.7, and freestyle 34.5. You're out 104 then, and back about 115ish. I can live with the, excuse me, I can live with the first 100. The fly probably could have been a little faster. Backstroke was solid. But that back half was really tough. 41.7 on the breaststroke and 34.5 on the free, which is 4 seconds slower than your fly split. Like I've said before, you want your free and your fly splits to be about as close as possible, and that back half really hurt. So taking a look here at the dive. Okay, so look here, you load up and you're pulling way back like you're trying to slingshot yourself into the water. We need to relax a little bit and we need to adjust our position. So you see right here, your head and your hips are in line. What you want to do is have your hips higher than your head. So your head is fine at this location, but you want your hips higher, so this leg would be a little bit straighter. Now, you also need to relax your head. You can see here your eyes are looking straight down at the water. Relax your head so that the eyes are looking a little more towards your feet here, even kind of towards the wedge. So we can relax and adjust our position there, allow us to have a better start. So the buzzer goes off. First thing you do is, so look, you loaded up back here. The buzzer goes off. Now you have to get back to, like, this would be a good position there, but you had to get there first. And look, like, you just got to this position. This guy's already off the blocks, or about to be. So you are last one off the blocks, and that is likely because you load up and are in a poor position. You do a nice job of getting your arms and head in line, but here your feet are coming apart on the entry, and it causes you to be a little off when you hit the water. But I would say definitely the upper body was in a good position when you hit the water. Okay, now getting into the fly. This is a good aggressive fly. I will say, if you take a look at your feet right here, they're a little bit apart, which is not a disqualification. Your feet can come apart in butterfly. They just cannot cross. They can't do a scissor type of kick. And so you're kind of flirting with it with your feet coming apart there. I'd be interested to look at it underwater and see if it's also doing the same thing underwater on the down kick. So something to think about is keeping those ankles together and really having a consistent two beat kick per stroke, and making sure those feet are together, because that can be scary. And sometimes a referee, maybe you have a more novice referee, and they might call that because they think they misunderstand the rule. Coming into backstroke, this is, you had a really nice 100 back at this meet. I'd say the 34 was probably, of the 4 splits, it was your best split. So the thing that we've been working on is that pull underwater. We'll get a better angle of it coming back. Well, hopefully. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so here we're taking a look. Of course, the flags are in the way. So that's your left arm that just entered, pulling, well, yeah, that left arm actually looked pretty good. And then the right arm, sorry, I'm going to go back to your first 25 because apparently that was a better length to look at. Okay, so here, yeah, I mean, the pull actually does look a lot better than it did in practice when I was pointing out the way you recover. So when you hit the water here, you are pulling a little wide. You can get it closer to the body, a little more bent elbow, a little more powerful position, but you're not doing the up and down type of motion that you're doing before. So that's a good start. The other thing is you do come over a little wide on this recovery, so you notice your arm is kind of out to the side, like you're pointing outside of your body line instead of pointing straight up towards the sky. So we can still exit with that thumb by the hip, come right over the top of the body, and then enter straight in our head, because the way you're swinging your arm around throws you a little bit off. Okay, so coming back here. All right, back to breast. This breaststroke split is what hurt you a lot. You get 41.7 here. So in breaststroke, we want to be on a flat, perfect line position on top of the water. You'll notice here, each breath you come up, and when you come back down, you're at an angle. I wish I could demonstrate with my hand here, but like your head and shoulders are on top of the water, but the rest of your body kind of is at an angle downwards. And so we need to have the rest of your body here on top of the water. So like when you finish this stroke here, you should have not just the shoulders on top of the water, but your whole lower back into the bottom on top of the water. And obviously like your lower body's going to be underwater to kick the water. But we got to fix our angle. We're really floating right on top of that water in a straight line, and we're not at any kind of angle downwards, because that's a lot of resistance. And ultimately, our goal in breaststroke is to be in that line and really utilize our time in that line. So even if you have a high turnover, which you need in a 50 breaststroke of a 200 IM split, we got to get back to this line. So right here, you see you extend. I would say from here up is a good enough line, but here down, from the underarm down, we're not in a great line, and we gotta fix that. Okay, so going into the freestyle. 34.5, we're hurting here. This is actually slower than your backstroke split, so obviously we can improve here. And what I'm noticing here is a lot of laziness up top. So you've taken already a couple of double breaths, and well, we're going to watch Cameron finish, so we're going to skip towards when we see you again. All right, so, oops, sorry. So here you are back in the frame. So notice here, so you're approaching the flag start right here. So you're about a stroke out from the flags. You take a breath to your left, and immediately a breath to your right. Like I said, you're already taken several double breaths this race, and the last breaths that you take of this race are double breaths. So we got to get a lot more clean. That's just sloppy, lazy swimming. Obviously, you know that you're not supposed to double breathe. I understand you're tired. It's 200 IM. It's a dual meet. We're outside. It's a little cold, everything. But we got to be a lot more disciplined when we're closing that 200 IM.